career today, maybe one that you may not have heard of before. And I think you may have had some other moms and dads and friends come in and talk about what they do for work, right? Can anyone tell me the name of another career that you learned about? Does anyone remember?
No.
Who came in yesterday?
Bodhi's dad.
Well, Bodhi's dad did come in. What does Bodhi's dad do? Do you remember? He programs what? Computers. Yeah, with the Caterpillar.
Oh.
And Sophia, what does your mommy do?
He brings food.
She brings food. She's a dietitian.
Oh, that's really neat.
Who else
Miss
is
Miss
mommy?
Robertson, I eat food with my daddy and everybody.
Yeah, that's good. You need to eat food to keep you healthy and strong.
What does your mommy do? What does she do? Guys, what does Kennedy's mommy do? She works right over there. What does Kennedy's mommy do? She's a... Say it louder.
A teacher.
She's a teacher? Oh, I love teachers. My mommy was a preschool teacher of 3-year-olds just like you. But I decided to choose a different career. Actually, both my mom and my dad were teachers. But I decided to do something different. And I decided to do something for work that I love. I love to do it so much that it doesn't feel like work. And that's the best kind. So I do something called professional organizing. Does anyone know what professional means?
Me.
Have any ideas about what professional means? It's a big word. What do you think it means? What do you think professional means?
Help.
You help people? Yes, that's right. A professional is somebody that gets paid money to help people. So you might be a professional teacher, like Mrs. Roberts, right? She gets paid money to teach you. Or you might be a professional baseball player, right? I don't know if mommy or daddy likes to watch baseball, and you see these major league baseball players. They get paid a lot of money to play baseball.
I watch football.
You watch football? That's another great example. So a professional football player gets paid money. You like soccer? So professional soccer players get paid money to play soccer. So I'm a professional organizer. So I get paid to
I
help.
like the Ravens.
You like the Ravens?
Me
Yes.
too.
Well, me too. Go Ravens.
I love the Ravens.
Yes, go Ravens. So
I love Ravens.
I'm going to tell you what. I, as a professional
I love
organizer,
Ravens.
I have worked with a professional football player on the Ravens to help them organize their house. So an organizer is someone who takes a bunch of stuff and they might walk into, have you ever in your house, have you ever walked into a room and maybe even your own bedroom, and you walked in and your mom said, Sophia, who's Sophia? Sophia, I want you to get dressed. When you get dressed, is your closet or where you keep your clothes, is it easy to find things to wear? Is it nice and organized? Do you know where your shirts are? You know where your pants are? You know where your socks are? Or is it all over the place?
I can see something.
What is it? Is it organized or is it kind of a mess? Which one do you think? When you walk in and you get dressed, is it easy to find your stuff? Is it easy for you?
Yeah, when mommy comes in, they will open the door.
Yeah, they open the door and they say, oh, Sophia, your room is so organized, it's so easy for you to get dressed. But sometimes things aren't organized and they're really messy, and that makes it really hard to find things, right? Like, has anyone ever had their parents lose their car keys? Anyone's parents ever lose their car keys? You go in the car, to go somewhere and your mom or dad says, I don't know where my keys are, I lost them? Yes, right? That happens. So if we don't have a designated spot for our stuff, then it's hard to keep track of things. So I help people create systems to be organized. And one of my favorite parts of my job is that I have a toolkit. And I want to show you some of the things in my toolkit that help make my job a little bit easier. So let me get it out here. Okay. So here is my toolkit. This is actually my tool bag. This bag right here is my toolkit. But I'm going to show you some of my tools that I work with when I organize. So first of all, does anyone know what this is?
A measuring.
Yes!
Good job, Claire Bear.
Good job, Claire. This is a measuring tape. So if I'm working...
I have like that.
That's right.
My dad has too.
Right.
I have a
You do? This is a great tool to measure things, because sometimes when I'm working in a room, I might walk in and say, I don't know if that couch fits that wall very well. I might want to move it somewhere else so there's more space in the room. So I have to take measurements before I do it. And another tool that I keep in my tool bag that helps me when I move things around in a room is called a slider. So this is a really cool tool. And yes, so what happens is, and I'm going to demonstrate for you over here on this tool bench. So sometimes when you move a big piece of equipment or a big piece of furniture in a room, it might be really heavy, right? It's hard to move. You might need a couple of people. Well, these are my magic sliders. So with this tool bench, see how it's kind of hard for me to move when I'm doing it on my own? The legs kind of get stuck. If I just put my sliders underneath the legs, then if I wanted to move, if I said, Mrs. Roberts, I think this tool bench would be better on that side of the room, look at how easy it is. Do you see the change? How easy that is? I could move this around so easily and not strain myself at all because of the magic sliders. So my magic sliders are one of my favorite tools when I'm organizing furniture in a room. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Sorry, I'm gonna sneak right back here. Okay, so those are my sliders. All right, so I also have this. This is label tape, because one of the most important things about organizing is labeling. So I made a label because when you have a space for something, you know where to put it. So can anyone think of where in this room you have a label with your name on it? Can anyone think of a spot? Where's your name in the classroom?
We have our names all over. Where's the place?
Can you give me an example?
It's on the calendar.
It's on the calendar. Where's another place?
On the table.
On the table, so you know where to sit.
We put the names on the table so
Oh, so you I gotcha. What about where do you hang your coats?
In the cubby.
In the cubby? Do you have a cubby that you're supposed to put your stuff? Is there a label on it? Yes, so it makes it easy to put it back. So I made a label with my label maker, and it says Mrs. Roberts, just in case if we want to put this on so we don't forget who she is.
You're just gonna forget who I am?
Because that is a big part of organizing, is labeling.
Oh, I have an idea, Miss Bloomer. Why
Yeah?
don't I put it on my cabinet? Because that's where I keep my things.
Oh.
What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
Why don't we put it right here so we know this is Mrs. Roberts's cabinet?
Cool.
Like that?
Yes, yes.
Jen, you're really excited about that.
It's very exciting. So labels make things a lot easier. And I love making labels, and I often will label different things, like I might label, who's Bodie?
Here.
Hi, Bodie. So
Hi.
I before you guys came in, I just looked at the board and I just closed my eyes and picked one person. And I have this cool little Bodie label that I can clip on to anything that might be Bodie's.
What should we clip on to you, Bodie?
Yeah, Mama.
Should we maybe put it on your snack bin?
You want to put it on your snack bin?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to hold this and we'll put it on your snack bin in a little bit, okay? You hold on to that. Okay, now what else do I have in here? So what are these? Yes. So when I work in a basement or a garage, sometimes there are some sharp things, right? There's tools, there's
My dad
bikes.
has some. My dad has some.
Does he have those? Yeah, so
What
these,
size?
what size? These are small. Yeah, I tend to be small. So, but these are great because they protect my hands. Because one time I was using my magic sliders to move a big metal cabinet in a garage and I slipped and I cut my hand and I didn't have my gloves on. If I had my gloves on, then I wouldn't have gotten a boo-boo. So this is important, safety. Now I also have a pair of scissors, right? Because sometimes you need to cut things. And then I also have a mini, does anyone know what this is?
A drill.
Yeah, it looks like a drill, doesn't it? It's a little screwdriver. See, because sometimes when I'm working in a house, I might be in a kitchen or a bathroom where there's cabinets. And in cabinets, there's normally shelves. And sometimes I have to adjust my shelves to make them fit things better. And then, of course, what's this?
A pencil.
A pen. So sometimes I use that for my labeling. Okay, so having said that, I would like to do a little organizing with you guys. Do you think you can help me? You think you can help me with organizing? Well, that is the Calico Critters house. And the Calico Critters that live inside have just moved. So they packed up all of their stuff into this moving box. And they had to move very quickly. Okay? Mr. Calico Critter got a new job.
Bodie and Luke on your bums.
And he had to move his family. And so they didn't have a lot of time to be very organized about packing. So now that they've arrived at their new place, I'm going to open it up and we're going to see what's going on. Uh-oh. Look at this.
Where's your animal?
Well, I don't even know. I don't know where the Calico Critters are. They could be in one of the drawers. So what I'm going to do is the first step of organizing, which is we're going to discover what we
Bodie and
have.
Sit
Okay?
down on your bottoms.
Can everyone see this? Would I be better off putting it on the floor? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to discover what we have. And